Hey sweeties, welcome back to another video. Today I am back with another painting video, and it has been a little while, and I'll go into the video why it's been so long, but it's actually been somewhere close to 10 months since I last oil painted. So as the title suggests, we are oil painting today, and we're oil painting a picture of my daughter. So let's just jump into the painting process. It'll be a bit chatty, and then there'll probably be a little bit of music halfway through as well. So let's just get started. Okay, so we are back at it with another oil painting video, and it has been a really long time since I did some oil painting, so this is super exciting. You'll see I start with a base layer of, I think it's burnt umber, for the shadows and things. I always block in the shadows first because basically someone told me to do this when I watched a tutorial on how to use oil paints, as I'm not the most experienced, so anything I've learned has been from videos online, which obviously is great tools to use. So definitely, if you're looking to learn, just watch some YouTube videos on oil painting and you'll learn lots of great tips. So yeah, definitely start with a washy kind of mixture for the shadows, and then I go in with my lighter tones on top for skin, and just a nice mixture of yellow, red, and a tiny bit of blue and things like that. But check down below for the actual shades and brands that I use. But I will tell you, I use Jackson's oil paint, and I believe Jackson's have two types of oil paints, ones that are more expensive and ones that are a little bit cheaper. I use the slightly cheaper version and they work great. I've never bought the more expensive ones, so I can't compare them, but they do work really well, which is great. And also I have a couple of Michael Harding colours which I treated myself to, so I also use them and I love them. I'm thinking of doing a video soon because I bought the Michael Harding, it's like the Brights pack or Vibrant, I think there's like 6 colours or something, and I want to do a painting soon using just them 6 colours to see if I get a more intense, vibrant finished piece. So let me know if you want to see something like that. I feel like that'd be really exciting. But yeah, so that's kind of like the colours, the brands, and as you can see, there's a really intense opera pink on the background, and that is acrylic paint. I use that as my underlayer. Lots of people use burnt sienna, but I like to use a really bright colour such as opera pink, just as it kind of helps create the colours on top. It makes them look a bit more vibrant, and I did this in acrylic paint because it dries a lot quicker. In oil paints you can paint on top of acrylic, but you can't put acrylic on top of oil, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, the colour that I use depends on the painting, but I tend to use opera rose as my kind of go-to. But if this colour, I don't know, had lots of pink in it, the actual painting, I'd use a different colour such as yellow, just so the underpainting would shine through a little bit more. But yeah, that's just how my mind works and how I do it. So yeah, and I also, to get this picture onto the actual board, I basically use the method of charcoal, where you print off a picture and you basically draw charcoal on the back of the paper, and then you use a ballpoint pen or something and do the outline of the image onto whatever surface you want. If that didn't make sense, let me know and I'll try and explain it better in a different video. But that's what I do, just because I wanted to be this picture as realistic as possible, so I wanted to get an accurate base down. So yeah, this actual painting is a painting of my daughter Penny. She is 3 years old and she's a little toddler, and at the time of this painting, I think it was December 2024, so she'd have been around 2.5. And as you can see, she's just cuddled up on my couch. She fell asleep really early on a night time when it was a cold winter night, and she has a little teddy against her face, and that is actually a Gizmo gremlin. We basically won that when we went to the arcades. I actually won it for myself, and I showed my daughter she was probably about 1 when I showed her, and she just fell in love with this teddy. Like, I'm not joking, she goes everywhere with this teddy. She's been going to nursery for 2 years and she's only just started leaving Gizmo at home. Gizmo now looks after the kitchen whilst Penny is at nursery. That's what we say to her to get her to leave him, because obviously we're just worried that she'll end up losing him. I mean, if she did ever lose him, I don't know what we'd do, because he literally is so precious to her. He is the center of everything. So yeah, she has a little teddy, and I just love painting pictures like this because it just, I don't know, it just captures memories. I love painting my children just because I like to capture them in time and hang them around the house, and I plan to do this throughout all of their life. I just think it'll be really nice. But onto the actual oil painting itself, I feel like I haven't been painting for a really long time. I kind of took a really long break, and that's just because I was pregnant and I had a second child. So I don't know, oil paints can be quite, well, I don't know if they can, I don't want to spread misinformation, but I just didn't want to use oil paints when I was heavily pregnant. So yeah, I took a really long break, and I've only just been getting back into painting really. I've not done too much, but I definitely want to start picking it up again and just getting back into it, because it is kind of like downtime for me. It's that little bit of time to myself where I can just relax and chill, and I really enjoy the process. And I love the finished product at the end of it as well. Even if it's not good, I just love having something to show for my time. So yeah, I plan to do some more oil painting and just painting in general. I love watercolor, I love gouache videos back on my channel, just because I did really enjoy it, and I actually feel like a lot of my art videos that I did previously are getting quite a lot of views, which is really exciting. Yeah, so I'm really happy with that. Hopefully I just keep on growing as an artist on my YouTube channel, and like I say, this is my hobby. I do have an Etsy business, but I just haven't reopened it because I went on holiday for Christmas. Well, the shop went on holiday, and I just haven't reopened it since because I don't know, I'm just struggling with time management with having a small child. She's 8 weeks old, my new baby, and then obviously I have a 3-year-old as well. So I don't want to put too much on me at once. I just want to, you know, do things a little bit at a time. But yeah, so that's my little life update. How are you guys doing? Is everyone else all okay? Please let me know. And what is your favourite media to use? I'm kind of like a jack of all trades. I like to dabble in different paints. So I use oil paints, I use acrylics, I use watercolor and gouache. I'd say probably my most used media is probably gouache. It tends to be what I would say I'm the most skilled in, just because I've used it the most. But judging from this painting I've done, you'll see at the end, I compare it to the first portrait oil painting that I did. I would say over the year, because the first portrait painting I did was probably about a year ago, I have improved so much, and you don't really notice it as time goes by, but when you compare pictures side by side, you can really see the difference and how much you've improved. So that's always great to see, because sometimes we can get in a bit of a rut with art and we just don't feel like painting, we don't feel like we're doing anything new or anything like that. So if you ever do feel like that, just whack out your old paintings and compare them to newer ones, and just compare and contrast, see what you've improved on, see what you can do better, see what you can work on. It's just a really nice way to self-reflect really. So yeah, I really enjoy painting. Oil paints I've been really getting into lately as well. They're just a really nice media to work with. I just struggle with the drying time with them because they do take just so long to dry, which can be frustrating. But yeah, so these are traditional oil paints, and I do actually have some water soluble oil paints that I want to do a video on as well. Basically, ages ago when I was pregnant, I bought water soluble oil paints just because they're less harsh, they don't smell as bad. But it turns out I did a haul video doing it, and the pack that I bought wasn't actually water soluble oil paints, it was just traditional oil paints, because it was the Schminke brand, and the traditional oil paints and the water ones, the packaging looks so similar. It just says normal blue, which is the key difference for the water soluble ones. So don't be daft like me. If you want water soluble ones, just make sure you're purchasing actual water soluble ones. Don't just add something to cart and just pay straight away. Make sure you go through your cart. So yeah, I want to do a video on water soluble ones to see how they compare to traditional ones, and if they have similar drying times, if they blend as well, if you can get the same kind of effects. I just think it'd be really fun to do. So yeah, I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Make sure you stick to the end to see the actual finished video in sunlight, and then that compare and contrast as well. That'll be really fun to see, guys. So I'll catch everyone at the end of the video. Okay guys, so I've finally finished. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the picture dry for a bit because it's got many layers on. The skin I love, the background, pillow, everything's fine. I don't really like the blanket much, but oh well. I think I'm just going to let it dry, and then I'm going to add some stars to the black background, and I might try and add a bit of shadow to this blanket with like a thin layer. But yeah, so when you see the picture, it'll be in its finished form, don't worry, but I just thought I'd update that for now. So yeah, I'm actually finished painting for now, and when you see this picture in the next clip, it'll be completely finished, so yay! Okay guys, so you can see I've just added like a greyish blue kind of ultramarine cast onto that, just to make it less stark, less bright, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I brought down this portrait, which was the first ever oil painting portrait I did, just because I thought it was fun to see the difference and how much I've improved. You can particularly tell in the skin, just the skin blending is a lot smoother and just a lot better. And I probably did this one probably around a year ago, so I'm really happy with my improvement.